exclusive. Fabrizio Romano supplies Manchester United takeover update as a bidder pulls out. Fabrizio Romano has exclusively confirmed Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheik Jassim's intentions to continue staking a claim for ownership of Manchester United, despite the Glazers initiating a third round of bidding. It's not a decision that appeals to all, however, with Finnish entrepreneur Thomas Silikas pulling out of the running and labeling the process a farce on Twitter. Fabrizio Romano said, "Frustration is normal in the sense that all parties hoped for things to be done earlier rather than at another round of bidding, but it's also an important process for a top club sale, so it takes time," The Guardian reporter wrote for Cuff Offside. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheik Jassim remain interested in buying Manchester United. Let's see the next steps. With the summer window quickly approaching, of course, few could blame the Old Trafford faithful for keeping a nervous eye on the calendar ahead of what they hope will be a heavy summer of spending. Sitting fourth in the table, behind Newcastle United only one goal difference, it's far too soon to suggest that the United of old is back, though there will be no doubt be a keenness on part of the management to capitalize on improvements on the pitch. Addressing the clear over-reliance on informed striker Marcus Rashford must be considered an absolute priority in the upcoming window for the Red Devils, especially whilst major prior transfers in Jadon Sancho and Anthony remain frustratingly inconsistent. Only time will tell whether the club gets the backing it needs ahead of 2023-24 campaign, in which they'll hope to further close the gap to rivals Manchester City. Now, Liverpool's decision to look elsewhere has seemingly left United at the front of the transfer queue. However, it seems the Red Devils have a series of financial hurdles to cross first before they can finance a deal. Manchester United struggled to finance Jude Bellingham transfer, and according to the Daily Telegraph, the Glazer family have serious misgivings about spending £132 million on a single player. Per the report, the Glazers and the Manchester United still owe £300 million in outstanding transfer fees, and with the club aware of the pitfalls of breaching financial fair play regulations, need to plan their summer window carefully. As such, it's claimed the only way they can finance a move for Bellingham would be an offload a number of other players. And while the likes of Anthony Martial, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Dean Henderson, to name a few, could all leave this summer, it's doubtful they can raise the capital needed to sign Bellingham. As such, the report claims United are unlikely to make a serious play to sign Bellingham. And while a takeover of the club could yet change the financial picture for United again. However, as things stand, they are not in a position to present a viable proposal for Bellingham. Manager Erik ten Hag, however, is in the market to sign a new midfielder. But with a new striker at the very top of his wanted list, United will likely have a more modest spending allowance allocated for any new addition to their engine room. To that end, a move for £73 million rated Frenkie de Jong will be likely explored again first. New favourites emerge for Bellingham deal. With United seemingly out of the picture, the Telegraph claims two sides will be left to compete for Bellingham's signature. One of those will be Real Madrid, who themselves are long-time admirers of the 24 times capped England star. However, it seems Manchester City are now emerging as the favourites to land Bellingham. And it's claimed with Pep Guardiola a huge fan, they are not put off by the costs involved and will pay whatever it takes to land the Dortmund star. In addition, it's believed that £132 million fee will not be required up front. Dortmund, for their part, are reportedly seeking a down payment of around £80 or £90 million, within the rest made up in add-ons and bonuses. Those will be related to appearances, trophy success, as well as personal accolades for the player. They are seemingly focused around a future Ballon d'Or nomination and potential win, and it seems the total fee will only react the £132 million ceiling if all the objectives are met. PSG have also been credited with an interest, however they are reportedly unwilling to follow up with a firm bid, leaving City as firm favourites. Another important development is Jude Bellingham. Manchester United transfer hopes nosedive amid £300 million Glazers backhole as the new favourites emerge for signing. Manchester United hopes of sealing the Jude Bellingham transfer could already be over after a starting report detailed a £300 million financial backhole facing the Glazers. The Borussia Dortmund teenager is already established as one of the world's elite midfielders. and with a summer move on the cards, the Bundesliga side are sticking a prohibitive price on his young shoulders. However, at just 19 years of age, BVB feel well within their right demand to their apparent £133 million asking price. His ceiling is ridiculously high given how good he is at such a young age. As such, demand for his services is extremely high. That chase for many months has seemingly been led by Liverpool. The Merseysiders are in desperate need of rebuilding their side, with midfield the main focus. But the sheer number of new players required this summer means a move for Bellingham looks too excessive right now. As a result, Jurgen Klopp's side have dropped out of the race. As a consequence, Liverpool now have a six-man wish list of midfield targets this summer. With Liverpool dropping out of the race for Bellingham, the door has been left wide open for long-term suitors Manchester United to seal a deal. Indeed, they were beaten in a 50-50 race with Dortmund to seal his £20 million signing from Birmingham back in 2020. With Liverpool staring at a huge overhaul of their team following a dismal campaign under Jurgen Klopp, several midfielders are expected to be targeted by the Reds. As many as 6 players are on their short list after pulling out of talks to sign Borussia Dortmund star Jude Bellingham, as McAllister is said to be of interest to the Anfield Chiefs. While Manchester United have recently been linked with both Brighton's midfield stars in McAllister and Moises Caicedo, it's unlikely that the Seagulls would let the Argentina man leave without a high fee, as he is under contract until 2025 without a release clause in the deal. However, recent comments by his father Carlos McAllister suggest that the family expects him to be on the move this summer, and that talks are already underway in regards to an exit at the end of the season. Normally, the next transfer window will find him playing for another institution, McAllister Sr. told Argentinian outlet Bolivip. We don't know which one, we are just starting talks in general, but it's most likely that Alexis will be playing for another team next July. Surely Alexis will return to play in Boca at some point. Today he is just beginning his career in Europe, but on the way back and when he decides to settle in Argentina again, he will surely want to play in Boca, even if it is for a while, to finish thanking and demonstrating the level that it can have in a club for this nature in Argentina. Brighton will try all that they can keep to hold McAllister, as they have proven to be difficult negotiators in the past, as Arsenal will attest to following their attempts to sign Caicedo. However, if the Argentinian is set on leaving the South Coast, then with just 2 years left on his deal, this summer may be the window when they can demand the highest transfer fee. Caicedo, in comparison, has 4 years left on the new contract he signed in March, and it would likely be more difficult for either United or Liverpool to prize Ecuadorian away from Brighton this summer than McAllister. Our latest news: Manchester United and Liverpool received boosts in McAllister transfer chase after that admission. Both Manchester United and Liverpool are among the teams interested in Brighton star Alexis McAllister. Manchester United and Liverpool have received a welcomed boost in their pursuit of Brighton star Alexis McAllister, as the Argentine playmaker's father has admitted he is expecting a transfer to happen this summer. The World Cup winner's impressive displays for both club and country has attracted interest from a host of Premier League giants who are on the lookout for a midfielder ahead of next season.